Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Tom Misery. You watch my channel Mr. 14, and I'm here doing another review of Iyanla, Fix My Life, the story of little Karla Beverly. Alright, so a little background story, then I'm going to explain my little talk about it. It's not going to be too much of a deep down review because it was very simple. So basically, it's a we get little Karla who has been like a problem child. It's like you could call a bad seed child of the family. She acting up. She be kicking out of school, active behavior, fighting, cursing, stealing, robbing, doing things to their family. Whatever you could name of a bad child could do, that's what it do. So the grandma, the father, and the aunt came to the show just to try to see what it can do because she's been a behavior problem, and it's they can't take it. Like she does things to them, they can't be around her. It's just like that. They wanted to change to basically change her ways and behavior so they could be in a better page. But right now it's like since she always been acting up, then ain't no reason for us to even work out this relationship because she doing too much, and we can't take it. We can't handle it. They cannot handle the problem that she's giving them. They cannot handle the attitude she's giving to them. She can't the behavior, the argument, disrespect. So it's tough for them to be around Karla, you Karla. So the world background story that we got is that the father ended up getting Karla because her mother was a drug addict. She was a drug addict. She was pregnant. I think 5 months she was pregnant. She was 5 months pregnant when she got to jail. And they had to take care of the baby, whatever, until she had the baby. And then she went back to jail after she had the baby. And the father took care of the baby, took care of Karla. So that was that. So right then and there, that's a big, probably like a separation or something that as a motherless child. She raised by the father, don't know who the mother is. So deep down inside, she probably wanted a relationship with her mother, but she never had the chance to. So maybe that part of the reason why she was acting up because she's like, I didn't have no money in my life. My father's not paying attention to me. He's not listening to me. What can I do? And so let me reach out. Then she realized she reached out to the mother and she realized it's not a good thing. It was not a good experience. So since then she's been cutting herself from that experience. So since she had met her mother, it was not a good cause. So she been cutting. Like she don't feel like she don't need to be here. She want to die. She don't know why she living no more. And I said, wow, so young. She's 24 and have purpose of want to kill herself. And basically not kill herself. Basically she cut herself. And if she would have cut the wrong vein right there, she would have been died. So it's like basically suicidal. That she needs to numb the pain. The pain is that nobody wants her. Nobody listens to her. Nobody sees her. And she wants her father to know her and listen to her. And shows that he cares. Not just being there. So it's a lot that she's going through as a child that made her act up like this. And it's always a cry for help. When children act like that, it's always a cry for help. And sometimes it's us as parents or whatever to realize as I cry and not focus so much about the behavior, but focus on why it's happening. And that's what a lot of the parents, a lot of people get to the point is that they focus so much on that. The action though focus on the cause, and that's the issue there. So Iyanla sat down with Kedrick, he's the father, Sharon is the grandmother, and Karla is the aunt. And we find out Sharon had both the kids, because they both sisters, in the house. And Sharon used to sell and use drugs inside her damn house. So the kids grew up watching that. So it was like, okay, it's passed down. Like, it's not learned from anywhere. So where this just drug thing coming from? It's not like she not been exposed to before. The grandmother used to be doing it. So then her mother is a drug addict. So it's not like known, a new thing. It's been passed down. So that's like added layer And then on top of that, the father, we find out he had a death. He said his previous wife died after she gave birth. She had to have an emergency C-section. She died after giving birth, so he lost that. And then his son, who was 16 years old, was shot, so he lost his son. So that grieving process is still in him, and he just breaks down. It's like it's still fresh. So that emotional distress of loss is impacting him to probably his ability to, even if he can focus on his daughter, not maybe focus too much, but be emotionally detached, because he's like it's a lot of loss, and his fear of losing his daughter Karla is another reason why he probably arm's length and from her, because he said she do too much. I want to do something about peace. The peace will like my daughter, because she caused a lot of negativity in my life, and I don't want no negativity in my life. So if that means my daughter not to be around, that's okay, because I want the peace. So, but by saying that, it makes it seem like, all right, you be so worried that she never reach out to you. Now you want to know where your daughter's at. And I said no. So at the end of the day, you have to figure it out. So when I was talking to them, she was realized that it takes a village to raise a child. So yes. So they were saying that since 5 years old, she never had taken responsibility. She said 5 years old, how the child could take responsibility at 5. So who taught her to take responsibility? 4, 3, 2, who taught her? So they were saying that she got into trouble, or she got an altercation with some kids outside. So instead of handling it, she went inside to get an object and take it outside and beat the girls up. And I said, what is that showing you? It's a cry for help. So help me. So that's where she got into the cards, and the cards that people dealt with, and the death, and the good image family, that out the outside looking in, people think that's a perfect family, but in the inside they are really damaged to the core, to the point that it's not great for them. So they realized, Iyanla realized, that they haven't been raising Karla. She just been growing amongst the family, because it was like, all right, who raised her? She had the right to know where her mother's at. She didn't even know her mother's at. It was never taught, so she had to go find out herself. And now I realized that she can't really have a relationship with the mom. And Iyanla told Karla that you can't have a relationship with her, not because she don't want to. It's like she a drug addict. That's what she does, and she really can't have a relationship. So she said, Karla said, people have told me that before. She said it's not personal. It's not personal towards you or nothing like that. It's just that she cannot, in the capacity to raise a daughter or be there for you, because she's in jail and she can't have a relationship. Maybe she don't want you around, whatever. We don't know what exactly, because the fact that she gave it up, she was in jail while she was pregnant, means that she didn't really care about her livelihood of the baby inside. So inside is really filled up just abandonment, or feeling issues of like, okay, she went through all this turmoil inside my womb. Now she's out. She's in more chaos. I'll talk about little Karla. So realized that we had to really focus on them and make sure they tell the honest truth, because Iyanla was asking, like, listen, it seemed like none of y'all even wanted her, and that's what maybe she feeling. I may be wrong, but I think that's what I get. I feel like they didn't want Karla at first, because I guess it was thrown upon them for Karla, because the mother was in jail, so they had to take her. So so as a responsibility, they had to, the father had to take his daughter. But deep down, he probably didn't want to, or deep down, they probably didn't want her, because it's the fact that listen, she was from a crack addict mother who was in jail. So like, why would we need to raise a daughter like that? She born in jail. So it was like, okay. So all that feelings and emotions going through. So Karla, we get to sit down with Karla after Iyanla talked to them and say, listen, we got to figure out y'all issues are, because right now I realize it's not so much a problem with Karla, it's a problem with y'all. Y'all not haven't been really on the same boat, or really giving the attention or giving the focus on helping her, but yet y'all started belittling her, and also talking down on her, and also keeping her arms lift, and also not focus on your actions and how what y'all done affected her, and what you have done or didn't do affected her. Maybe not responding to her, maybe not listening to her, not even hearing her out, not getting her help, not even sitting down, even have a conversation with her and see exactly what is she's doing and why she's like that. Instead of pass judgment every time she come around, y'all always pass judgment. Sit down and have a talk to her. I said, can I have a conversation? Honestly, I want to understand you, what's going on. And then maybe y'all want to understand why she acting like that. She didn't have a mother in her life. Her father is always entertaining women, because Karla told us that she always tried to vie for her father's attention. She felt like she was never freaking wanted by her father. She felt like her father didn't really care for her because he always had women around his life, and he always focused on more of the woman. And the woman only tolerated Karla because they wanted the father. So they played the mother role just to get close to Kendrick. And that's how it is. And that's how she always viewed that. She always played second best to the woman in his life. And so it was an incident about the piggy bank, and that the father blamed or believed that the piggy bank incident, I guess it stole money and stuff like that, was done by Karla. Well, Karla revealed that it wasn't her. It was his wife. I know he's married now and stuff like that. His wife actually, maybe the wife, the one who died. That's probably the one he was talking about. The wife that he had put the thing and blamed it on Karla, which actually it was them, she did it. It's like that. So she blamed Karla, and he easily believed it because he said so much stuff she had done to me, some things. It's like, so it was really easy. It was hard for me not to believe that she didn't do it. But now Karla said she was told not to say anything because you wouldn't believe her, just like you not believe me now. Like I'm telling you that your wife was responsible for the piggy bank, not that. And it was like that. So he realized that the wife was cruel in that aspect of did what she did to blame it on your daughter, and I fell in the bank, fell the trap, because Karla said you fell for the trap because that's what she wanted you to do, because she didn't even want you to want me, so she's trying to break you apart. So the reason to break you apart is to plant this false lie, so you will easily believe that she did something that will cause you to further distance me. So he realized he messed up. He realized he probably had failed her, and she said, "You never failed me," and everything, because he did the best as he can, getting his daughter at that time, raising her, do what he had to do. He just realized he probably failed her, and not did as much that he could have done for her, and not paying attention and focusing on her. And he realized, yes, he probably put more attention to the woman than Karla. So when they finally got together, Karla, Iyanla sat down with Karla and little Karla and asked her different things talk about the cutting, the pain that she feel like she just want her family to accept her, to want her, also her father to notice her, to care for her, to listen to her. She just want to take the pain away, and the pain of being not wanted, unwanted, motherless child, all that stuff. It is adding on because she started cutting herself since she had went to visit her mother, and that didn't turn out so well. So she had been emotional distress from that. So she been cutting herself from there. So Iyanla asked her, "What you doing?" It's like that because she said she is trying to change. She wants to get better. She just wants to do things and everything, but it's hard for her to change that because they always keep throwing it in my face about what I have done and everything. So they not giving me a chance to show that I am doing better for myself. So Iyanla asked her, "Are you working?" She said, "Yes, I am working." I think she said she had a daughter, but I couldn't really be too sure about that. But she said the only person who have been really there for me, who really want to get the help, is, she said, my daughter, something like that. And she always been a little positive for me and everything. I don't know if she's her daughter, grandma, somebody she said had always been there, but always the light. But she just haven't been really focused on that as much. But Iyanla did ask her, "Do you work in something like that?" She said, "Yes." She had managed at Apple Chipotle. She said, "Oh, oh, you're a manager at Chipotle. That's nice and everything. I said, I was surprised too. I was saying, that's nice. So she said, did you act up at your job? She said, no, because there's a place of professionalism and I had to be in my best behavior. She said, if you could act good in your job, then you could act outside. So I'm going to hold you into to that because you got busted because it's like you don't always acting up, because if you always act up, then I don't understand. But if you could turn it off at your job, then you could turn it on outside as well. So you could do that. You just chose not to because you just want to act up and punish them for not focusing on you and helping you or getting you needing you and really sit down and have a conversation with you. So they sat down together, and throughout the episode, Kevin the father, he has been like really down and really emotional, down, crying and stuff. It's like he's really heavy for him. And the aunt and also the grandma, so they realized they had failed her, realized that maybe they haven't been wanting her, noticed that they wasn't putting their best effort for Karla. So they had sat down, and Karla just told them that, listen, I feel like y'all always negative put me down. Y'all have never really focused on the good things I have been doing. Y'all always really always throwing the past behind, the past in my face, and that is hard to even want to move and change, because how can you change if you always, every time I come around you, you always saying, oh, you did this, you have done that, I can't do that. I was like, if you want a certain different result for me, then show me that you looking to see that I'm changing. But if I'm changing and then you always go still throwing in my face, then what for me to change for? That I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, because you're gonna keep looking at what I'm doing. So for and her sake, it's like, yes, they need to realize they need to stop doing that, because it played a prime example, because when she just said y'all always negative put her down, then it was something came up. He said, oh well, you have been doing this. It's like that. She said this is exactly what she had been saying. It's like, why do that? He said, so why you say that? Because she just said you overthrow in my past. He said, in the past you have done this, but staying saying you have done it, it's like that's counterproductive for what y'all trying to do. So instead of saying stop, focus on the past, focus on the now, and just realize, be positive with that. So they realized that the father and Karla and the father, they really had a conversation, because they really don't know how to really talk to each other. So they really had a heart to heart. That's just revealed the secret behind the piggy bait and all that stuff. And then he realized how he felt, the fear of losing another child and stuff, and they hugged it out, and that was nice. It was nice to see for them to hug it out. They said, Daddy, you have never failed me, and it's like that. And then that's what he wanted to hear. But also, I think he wanted to change that, and to hear from that from his daughter, and also to see what it's gonna be a positive light in the end of the road. And this show, because at the end of the episode, he felt so lifted, like his spirit was different. It's like he was shining. It's like he was, like his energy was so different from when he first came in the episode. So it was like, it's nice to see that happening. But that was that. They said since the filming, Karla had been doing better, and the father and Karla have been doing a good job communicating and getting to know each other, building a better bond, and she working on herself to be a better person. So that was that. And like I said, my little thought on this episode is that, yes, sometimes it's so easy to focus on the behavior, but not the cause of that behavior. What causing that person to become and act like that? So sometimes we need to realize, we need to sit that back and say, why is she acting like that? Say, when you doing this? Why you can't change just like that? Instead of saying that, you know what? Can I have a sit down and talk to you? I said, I understand you had doing it, you going on. You went through a tough time. I want to understand you. I want to understand the person behind this person who you showing me. I know that's not who you really are. And once you sit down, you realize they have been dealt a bad hand. I mean, 9 out of 10 times they have been dealt a bad hand. It's very real feel occasion when somebody said, I don't give a fuck and I'm doing what I'm going to do, even though they've been raised right. But when you grow up in a turmoil and tragedy and stuff and feeling unwanted and stuff, then it could build up and you can start lashing out. And then the people going to start reacting to your actions instead of being proactive and helping you prevent their actions. So it's good to realize, to understand the person more in the background story instead of saying that, oh, you're a problem, I can't deal with you. But let's, instead of saying let's have a resolution, let's find a common ground so we can get you back on track. And once you do that, most people will be open because they realize that somebody is really actually seeing them for the first time. All right, that was my review of Iyanla Fix My Life. Tell me how y'all feel about this episode, and I'll see y'all all for the next week. All right, peace.